Ah, you're up. Fair. Not in the meantime, you'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Don't you?
Index finger.
My word. Oh well, a new life awaits. Why, for my peace of mind, of course.
Currents of...
You better stop before you hurt yourself. There you have it. For your own peace.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Behind the Magister, a blooded man...
Easy now. Why don't you move along? Walk. Aren't you enterprising? Go ahead.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection.
She looks up.
I was on. You're one of the only... I thought, listen, bring me a good lead, and I'll thanks. No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Oh, everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really.
A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know. Ah, there you are. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loaser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with... What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the...
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm...
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty...
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. Thanks, but I ought... You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eye, as quickly as they...
Good luck, Chief.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Name? I don't like comedy. The Divine Order one. Well, you aren't here on my list.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the
tell
first
you
thing
if
about
you can keep
swords.
it quiet long enough for...
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, he reaches out and examines your bandages, rubbing them between... He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quick...
I am My book is in my hands, my face turned away from you. Perhaps...
He grabs a metal plate and watches his reflection with one eye as the other shifts left to right and up to down.
No, they are working quite adequately. It seems you are at fault. Predictable, really. Oh, I see. You have my sins. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Take this book, for example. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in... No. I want to know about the... This text tells me that they created all... Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others? Of course you don't have any use. Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about swords.
That's enough.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Here to register, sir. You faring okay so far?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you keep quiet long enough for
Trust me, you head on.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot her.
Standing at the center of the room,
So you admit it then?
Yes, I did. But if
she turns her head and looks you.
there are others whose like...
Good God! You there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan.
By all means, do as the officer says.
She reaches for her...
I'm just about to create it.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she can't...
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precise.
What happened?
Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. Thank the gods!
He eyes the collar circle.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink. Frozen in place, he leaps to attention.
Don't just cower there!
Rick's raised... through the door, and as the skeleton is quickly leafing through a...
No, no, no! What it catches fire?
The skeleton looks...
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantic...
Yes, indeed. It's the look. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, a mask that was stolen by that still... She'll drown with the rest of these fools.
The skeleton hold...
I am, and I... Go on!
Great God, something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was... You press, it doesn't budge. The door groans...
Something's breaking through! What in the hell's the those things?
Death bomb? Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
The dwarf yanked...
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
those tentacles, kid?
There's a lot.
You're gonna be...
Wait! Void Woken!
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
They who are about...
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch. Telling where there might be more. We need to move.
Away.
They smell even worse than dead. That's their motives.
She tries to speak, but can only with jagged movements. Blood quickly. It's working. Something within the Siwan struggles to her.
This is it! She's going down!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
You. I know you.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order. I thought the Order would get rid of any... This statue must be 1,000 years old. I wonder how much longer it'll last.
The child has a small mirror in his hands.
I'm not supposed to talk to dwarves.
The child considers...
If you're just a person, you're one of the smallest I've ever seen. Little people. Like me, you mean?
He pauses.
Are you a sorcerer?
The child...
I don't see any source on... Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind. But you didn't die. Guess I am. But it's just normal to be... There isn't anywhere safe. You'll see.
You spot a strange... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. The lizard turned...
I suppose that's what... But wait. I was with you on that ill-fated ship. And might you have my...
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head.
Yes, I'm sure you... Now then, if there's nothing further, I'm sure...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once...
As for myself, I see continents dotted with mighty... Of course it's...
Suddenly...
Well, don't just stand there, gawking like an egg... Well, more's the damn... For I am the Red Prince. The All-Conqueror. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause. During...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between. The grandeur that is my fate, this and that. On the other, fine. On one... For reasons I've reason to... You do tend to beat around the bush. Oh, my word. How you do it. Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including next... So, now that that's settled, for even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic and, yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Finesse is a condition one should assume in any situation, from dining to discourse to dueling. What situation? Wavering is a sign of weakness. So make your choice and stand by it. Finesse is a condition one should assume in any situation. Very well.
The Red Prince nods.
Now, as you're aware, as your luck would have it, of course there are a black cat. A
The
herald
cat's
of
eyes are cloud, its eyes clear.
How fortuitous.
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. So...
What's this? I found something. One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
I wonder where this leads. As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on. He's leaning over a corpse.
Bugger. How on earth?
Skeletal thing.
Damnation. That stuck fast. Ah! No! Oh. It's you. It seems the human that stole my mask was... I chased her here.
He turns back to the body, prodding at its...
Why, its face, of course. A face that seems rather stubborn. I would normally employ a tool to delicately, but I could then craft a mask to hide my...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and...
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I cannot Indeed. At least from this realm. A cult. I could. But I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them. I suppose. Circumstances, but you seem more Excellent. While we are of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality. But being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or... I could do that with one. Splendid. Very well.
You hear a small whimpering sound. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. A wide grin cracks across the child.
Really? You're nice. You can have...
The child wipes her...
They're transforming.
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Must you go on then, bark away?
Too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters. I am not opposed to manual labor if circumstances require.